now along with BI you should know the AI.
What could be the next 5 to 10 years would look like when it comes to BI development?
So as I said previously, next 5 to 10 years if you see,
Data storytelling.
so story points when product launches, how many healthcare professionals are certified, how many patients has been encountered, how many are eligible for that, what is their market share.
आपने storytelling किया हुआ है.
How can we identify whether a
Freshers, and if I typically call it Gen Zs.
fit for data analytics?
They should have a good knowledge of in a banking domain, okay, in IT. In that case, different attacks will happen to hack that system.
मुझे पहले बताना सैलरी कितना होगा. Data analytics, data visualization, Power BI are confusing terms, at least for me it was. In today's episode, with our guest Mr. Rahul, who come up with 15 years of experience in this field, had a raw discussion of how a non-tech Gen Z, a fresher, can start their career into data analytics or BI development. The generations are really changing fast. The technologies are evolving. AI, how it is interlinked with BI, is something that we discuss today. If you are also someone who wants to get into Power BI development or the data analytics, this is your opportunity. Because along with the information, the educational content in this series, we are also giving special coupon which are mentioned in our description so that you can avail good courses, good bootcamp with IntelliBI, who are our tech partners, and start your journey today. As I said, we are not going to wait for long. Let's welcome our guest, Mr. Rahul. We would like to know more of your journey, like where did you start and how did you reach here?
So well, 15 years back I started my career in IT industry.
Okay.
So I started my journey as a SQL developer. So then I moved into the traditional BI tool, which is at that time was a Microsoft SSRS, SQL Server Reporting Services.
Okay.
And later I moved into the modern BI tools. That is again in-memory tools like Tableau, Power BI. Okay, these are the in-memory tools. So gradually, so I have been so far worked mostly in the data analyst, in a data visualization. So I have been worked on multiple tools like a Power BI, Tableau, or ClickSense, ClickView, and Looker, which is a Google's visualization tool, and the QuickSight, which is a Amazon's AWS visualization tool. So many visualization tools so far I have been worked on.
That's
and
nice.
so far I have a good exposure as well in ETL as well.
ETL.
Yeah.
Okay. That's nice. That's nice. But before 15 years, right, what really inspired to get into data visualization and data analyst and also BI as you mentioned?
Yeah, that's a good question, because being a data analyst, it helps for the decision making.
Okay.
And that decision will help for the growth of the organization. Some examples so far I worked on. For example, there is a pharmaceutical company. We can take a recent example. We went through the lockdown period. Okay, in that we have Covishield or Covaxin. We
Yes.
can take an example of serum as a Covaxin.
Right.
Okay, so that serum is a pharmaceutical company. Covaxin is a product. So in Covaxin, so if we consider in India, we have 29 different states.
Right.
In different states, they want to, analyze how they are performing. So we can take four example of Maharashtra, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, and Madhya Pradesh. Okay. Suppose they are doing good in Maharashtra, they are doing good in Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh, but they are somewhere lagging in a Gujarat state. So in that, they will find out who are their competitors. Okay. And how they are growing, what is their competitors' market share, what is their own market share, where they are lagging, and what are the key area where improvements are needed, so that their sales will get increased in those areas as well.
Okay.
So that kind of decision making, okay, that will help. And one other example, if you would, I would like to share with you, and that could be, for example, in geographic. If we have geographic any data, for example, in geographic data, there would be in Indian geographic data, there is a multiple states we have all the, if the data we do have, we can predict. For example, we have different floods, okay, in different areas.
Right.
So if we have real time data with respect to that real time data, we can predict in which area okay, flood will, I mean, we can forecast this would be an impacted area due to flood, and how much it will create a loss in that area, or it will damage, so that we can take a preventive actions to
Right.
avoid the losses. So
Right,
that,
right.
and this is again a decision making. Before that, you have actual data with respect to the past 10 years, 5 years, whatever the data. With respect to that data, you can forecast those things as well to avoid certain damages.
क्या बात है, बट ये किसी ने किया है अभी?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, if you see in Australia, there is in this they almost spend 600 million dollars. Their budget is. They already have been worked. However, data gets changed. Okay, in
Yes,
each year. Accordingly, their model also need to be changed. It's not a full-fledged solution. That is a continuous improvement. With respect, if the data is changed, their behavior is changed. Right.
Right.
So they have been already that has been implemented in Australian region.
Okay. But then back then, when you wanted to get into Tableau or maybe Power BI, what were the common challenges you faced at that time? And what do you feel that in today's world, how it is made simpler?
Yeah, so if you want to be a data analyst, first of all, communication skill is very important.
Back then, 15 years or today also?
Yeah, today also, in back to, I mean, 15 years back also, after 50 years also, this is mandatory.
That is the most
Communication,
underrated
yes.
thing,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. So
Yeah.
communication, and communication, you should have a good, I mean, soft skill. You mean verbal and written both. Generally in communication, the reason of communication, why you should have in a data analyst, okay, because you have a data, you are creating a dashboard for decision making for the stakeholders, and you need to convince the stakeholders how this data, or they are doing their day-to-day activities, okay, so how this data can help for the decision making in their day-to-day activities.
But data analyst में again, as I said, I'm bringing back to the question. आपने ये tools तो सीखे हैं, Tableau, right? Power BI. तो तभी क्या situation थी? आज क्या situation है in this two thing?
Yeah, coming back to the point first, I'll cover the previous questions. There's some remaining parts. So along with the communication, you should have a good Excel knowledge.
Okay.
And apart from that, you should have a good visualization. For example, Tableau, Power BI, and SQL is must to have. And basic data warehouse concepts you should have. You should know the Python as well.
Oh.
So Python as well, and these are the quite important areas. Okay, so this is a prerequisite, you can say, good to have. Okay, for being a data analyst. Okay, and coming back to your next question. Okay, how we can see 15 years back and now. So I consider now, along with BI, you should know the AI.
Ah.
So that is quite important. The reason behind it, we are expecting the resource should know the AI. I will take one example. You know the Google Gemini Vertex AI. Recently they have been launched.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So you should give command to that prompt. Okay. That is a multi-model. Okay. AI tool. For example, if you put images as well, it will extract the data out of those images, and that will be input to the dashboards. Right, and with respect to this is a kind of unstructured data can be we can pull the data, make it structured data, and that data can be represented with the help of visualization tool like Power BI and Tableau.
Okay. Interesting. But the thing is like, chalo, freshers are able to start.
Yes.
Right. But people who are working already in different field, if they want to become data analyst or maybe Power BI developer, from where they can start? Like basic क्या होगा उनका?
Basic, for example, one of the real-time example I'll tell you, because one of my friend who is working in a manufacturing firm.
Okay.
Okay, that could be, you can assume as a Mercedes-Benz. Okay, there he is working in a Mercedes-Benz. He do have a domain knowledge because he is on a ground level working on a field level. Okay, on a plant level, he do have a domain knowledge. So gradually, he know the process, he know the business. So he has been learned he know the Excel. Along with the Excel, okay, he has been learned the SQL. Okay, the SQL, which is quite mandatory things. Okay, along with the SQL, he learned a Power BI because he knows the Excel. It's easy to learn Power BI for him. Okay, so he has been learned Power BI. So along with the data set, okay, he know the challenges in his domain. Okay, so he asked questions. He tried to resolve because he tried to resolve the issues with the help of data. He created his analytical mindset. and that mindset he has been depicted with the help of the Power BI and Tableau, okay,
Wow.
to resolve those questions, business questions.
Wow.
In day-to-day life, okay. So I mean, if any apart from the fresher graduate, if you are in us, it's good to know the SQL, good to know the one of the visualization tool, okay, and good to have the Python as well, okay. So these mixed skill, if they have, they it's he could be a good data analyst.
अच्छा
Yeah.
ओके बट देन ठीक है चलो मैं आज आ गया इस फील्ड में मैंने एंटर कर लिया
Uh-huh.
you have 15 years spent in this industry in the same domain right what could be the next 5 to 10 years would look like when it comes to data analytics or maybe BI development role और मुझे पहले बताना सैलरी कितना होगा because people are see in IT people are motivated because they have fancy salaries I'm so
Exactly.
sorry but that's the fact right
Exactly.
so क्या होने वाले 5-10 साल कैसे होंगे
So as I said previously, so next 5 to 10 years, if you see, along with BI, you should know the AI, right? Because if you know the AI, okay, with the help of AI, okay, as I said, Gemini Vertex, one of the recently launched by the Google, okay, they know how with the help of unstructured data, how we can pull the unstructured data, how can make it structured data out of those, with the help of data cleansing and everything, okay, and that data, okay, should be input to the any reporting tool, okay, to visualize it, okay. So you should, I mean, down the line AI plus ELT or ETL knowledge, data engineering side, and plus BI. So these are nothing but a package. Okay,
Acha.
we should know that down the line, and hopefully, I mean, they will have a very emerging and the great future with
क्या
respect to
बात
this.
है क्या बात है BI stands for
Business intelligence.
that takes me to our partner IntelliBI
Okay.
they also have such term interlinked with their name and these people also get the students into realistic situation not only from a theoretical point of view when they spoke to us about how they want to get into it and when they also asked us about our motive we both in sync with that got into in sync and then we decided let's help the job seekers and the students specifically Gen Zs to get better so they have different boot camp and related to all this data visualization data analytics Power BI multiple boot camp they have so one can I think register there but when you said data visualization that also brings me to this one thing which I heard about data storytelling
Yeah.
right if you ask me what is storytelling मेरे लिए storytelling is a way of telling your people that how things went on how it got better and what is going to happen right तो मुझे ना आप थोड़ा सा शॉर्टली समझाइए कि डेटा स्टोरी टेलिंग क्या है दिस इज न्यू टर्म फॉर मी
Okay, I'll give you one along with the example. I'll explain you
Please,
what is
please.
mean by storytelling.
Yeah.
So, for example, we can take a pharmaceutical domain. In the pharmaceutical domain, for example, any pharmaceutical, we have multiple pharmaceutical companies. Okay. So, out of that, those pharmaceutical company, their product is a drug. Okay. They produce a drug. Okay. So that, for example, when that drug comes into the market, okay, there could be, for example, REMS. Okay, risk. Evaluation and mitigation, okay, that is REMS one of the form because we have one of the Sanofi is one of the pharmaceutical company. In that pharmaceutical company we have different divisions. Out of that there is a multi-psoriasis is a subdivision. In multi-psoriasis we have one product. That product name is nothing but, for example, a Lemtrada drug. That Lemtrada drug, when they launched the Lemtrada drug, okay, so the story start from here, from that drug. How many patients has been encountered, okay, against that drug? I mean, who are the because patient go to visit the doctor, if they are diagnosed, okay, and if they if the doctor need to prescribe certain medicine to them, that could be a Lemtrada, okay. So how many patients has been encountered? 100. Out of that, how many are eligible? 30 who need to take that Lemtrada drug, okay. And apart from that, this Lemtrada is nothing but certified doctors only prescribe that drug to the patients. It's not anyone, and that pharmaceutical company conducts some education program. Okay, so through that education program, they educate the medical diagnostic or the doctors, for example, how that drug should be prescribed and how much should be prescribed to the patients.
Okay.
Okay, accordingly they give the, so that how many certified how many certified doctors who we have, okay, and how many patients has been encountered, okay, and with respect to that drug in what is the market share of that drug, and who are their competitors and what is their market share.
Okay.
Okay, and in, for example, there could be a multiple infusions, as I said, Covishield or Covaxin, we have a first infusion, second infusion. Similarly, there are certain infusions. Okay, so
Right.
how many patient has been first time infused, how many patient has been second time infused, and how many has been third time. Total 3 infusions we have
Right, right.
after a some certain time interval. So story points when product launches. Okay, how many healthcare professionals are certified, doctors are certified doctors for that, how many patients has been encountered, how many are eligible for that, okay, what is their market share. Okay, so these are kind of a story of with respect to that drug.
Okay. So we can call it like a complete life cycle.
Complete life cycle we can
Okay.
say.
If I have to dig down in your project that you worked for, तो कोई एग्जाम्पल आप ऐसे बता सकते हो कि आपने स्टोरी टेलिंग किया हुआ है और मे बी एंड टू एंड प्रोजेक्ट देखा हुआ है.
Huh. I'll, I would like to take this example along with the ETL or ELT. Okay, there was a source, for example, SAP, any ERP system we can take. ERP system is a source. From source, data is coming into the ELT, extract, load, transform. Okay, this is a station. So source to raw layer, this ELT stands for 3 parts. One is raw layer, lake layer, hub layer, and mart layer. Okay, source to raw. In raw layer, some predefined checks happens, duplicate value or something, some predefined checks of data validation. In raw layer happens. From raw, data goes to the lake. Okay, it loads to the lake. Okay, all this data it's present in a lake. From lake, okay, some transformation happens and data goes into the hub. And business logic has been defined in a hub, and that after applying business logic, the data will be stored in a mart layer. Okay, that is source to ELT. Right here till mart data is available. This mart data is input to the any reporting tool. Right, so this data mart is nothing act as a source to the reporting tool. So that data from any reporting tool can consume that data, Tableau, Power BI, anything. But this is how the holistic flow of the data.
Acha.
This is what we do have.
Okay.
So so generally that is the reason what I said, you should know the SQL, you should know the some Python, basics of the Python. Okay, you should know any reporting tools as well, and basic concept of the data warehouse, so that
you can start your career.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow, that's really nice. But then experienced people are fine, working people are fine, but freshers, and if I typically call it Gen Zs, right, they want to get into it. Technical information and all is fine, but what that one message you would like to give them when it comes to having their first job or maybe starting their career in data analytics or maybe BI?
Yeah. So if any as you said, okay, the freshers, they should have a good knowledge of the Excel data sets, for example, and along with that Excel, they should know the SQL, they should know the Python. Okay, and because the visualization made into the Python using pandas libraries and everything, because that is also a visualization tool which is open source. For example, we have small scale companies who can't afford the other tools like Power BI, Tableau, or any visualization, that is a open source. So they can use those tools as well. Right, good to know the Python as well, and along with that some visualization tool like Tableau, Power BI. Okay, and some basic data warehouse concepts. Okay, so these at least and they need to spend some time, okay, to learn this, at least whatever that for example, concretely whatever the XYZ time is required. Okay, because each one's capability is different. The timeline I would not define, but some adequate time is required for that. Okay, and along with that, they can get a real time data on some platform like Kaggle.
Acha.
They can visit a Kaggle, they will ready-made data set, they will get it, they will visit the different communities. On the communities itself, they can have the design dashboards, okay, with respect to that real-time data sets. They can reverse engineer those, okay, and accordingly they can learn how that analytical tool has been used and how the visualization has been used, okay, which will beneficial for the decision making for the growth of that organization.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to sum up that, when you said for non-tech people and even for freshers, I think the same thing is required.
Quite, yeah.
Right? More or less.
Yes.
And I must tell you that the boot camp this IntelliBI people are arranging for all these people, like coming from non-tech, non-working, or maybe from a fresher point of view, they are covering all this information. Let me tell you that. But that also brings me to the last and important segment of this conversation, and that is going to be a rapid fire.
Okay, sure.
Are you ready for that?
Yes.
So I'm going to just read the question and you have to answer it in a way with your spontaneous mind tells you.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
So I'm very excited. Tell me, Tableau or Power BI, what is your favorite?
Power BI.
Okay. SQL or Python, must learn first.
SQL first line. First line.
The single most important skill apart from a BI tool.
That could be a good domain knowledge.
Okay. Biggest myth about data analytics.
Yeah, that I heard. I mean, he means any resource should have a genius in maths or statistics. That's not required.
Okay. And one word to describe the future of BI.
Yeah. So that would be AI along with the BI.
Oh, that was amazing. Like, ये ना आज मैं लेके जाऊंगा. तो वो rhythmatic है. I come from a non-tech background. On each episode I say this. But we have students for you, okay? जो आपको उनके questions पूछेंगे, ठीक है?
Yeah, sure.
And maybe they want to aspire their career in this domain, or maybe you could be the right resource for them to answer, right?
Yeah.
So we'll have few questions from them quickly. Yeah?
Sure, no problem.
Hello, sir. I wanted to ask how can we identify whether a fresher is fit for data analytics?
So here I would like to answer. Being a fresher, you should know in the college life all itself you know the basic SQL itself. So you are at least familiar with the SQL. Okay, if you belongs to some IT or computer background. If it doesn't also, but this is a time everybody knows the SQL nowadays. Okay, so if you know the SQL, okay, and you can visit certain platform like Kaggle, you can get a real time data. Okay, and you can certain forums you can get some dummy dashboards or some dashboards, you can visit those. Okay, and with the help of that this real time data and how that has been developed, okay, so you try to develop your analytical thinking. Okay, you can ask the question, that question will be answered through the dashboard, right? So that develop your interest. Okay, and if you find that this field is, I mean, this is quite interesting and this is quite challenging, and you would like to love this field and work, you like to ask questions to the data, okay, and answer through the dashboards. So that is nothing but a kind of you are fit for this role. You are quite, I mean, yeah, you are good. You are trying for your best, but this is a field for you in that case.
In your answer to this, having said that, if someone is non-IT, especially BCom, BBA students, how much time will they take to learn SQL?
So it's, as I said, I mean, timelines, I cannot define a timeline because everybody's capability and grasping power is different. So, but adequate time, whatever time is required for that, if any BCom, BA, it doesn't matter, he should spend a significant amount of time. Okay, for me, X amount is time is required, for you Y amount of time is required, but I will use a keyword as a significant amount of time for that. Okay, he should spend a significant amount of time, okay, to learn those basics. Okay, as previously I have said already, Excel, advanced Excel, SQL, some Python, okay, some visualization tools. Okay, so and there would be R language as well, but that would be a good to have, not must to have, but these are quite good to must to have skills is required. So they can learn this, they should take a time. Okay, they should learn it. Okay, and once they get a all the basic things clear. Okay, so after that I think that would be a great to work in the industry. Then that's a quite a fun for him to work for data analytics.
What is the difference data analyst, data scientist and data engineers?
Okay, so one by one we will go. So data analyst, you are analyzing a data, whatever I was explaining. For example, okay, any reporting tool, for example Tableau, Power BI, that you are doing an analysis of data and visualizing that data, right? That is a data analyst. Okay, you are asking the question and that answer of that question will you are getting it through the visualization. That's a data analyst. Data engineer is nothing but a, for example, if you have a source data, as I explained, you have SAP, any ERP system, CRM system, that's a source, right? So that source data, unstructured data or heterogeneous data sources, you bring the data from source to data stage to data warehouse. Okay, and that is nothing but a kind of data engineering. Okay, that is nothing but a kind of ETL or ELT, you can say. Okay, so this is a data engineering. Okay, data scientist, for example, data scientists required a good mathematical stats, okay, or everything. The reason behind it, for example, you are working in a banking domain. Okay, you are because and you are working in a security system in a banking domain. Okay, in IT. Okay, in a cyber. So in that case, you need to think in a multiple way, in probability. You know the probability wise, you need to think your system how it should be secured, how the different attacks will happen to hack that system. Okay, there would be different hacker will think differently. He can hack your system or he can try to get entry from the system, right? So you need to develop accordingly the different algorithms to protect the system of that banking, so that to avoid any cyber attacks on your system. That's nothing but a data scientist.
How can we stay updated with the latest tools and trends in analytics or the AI?
So latest trend in the sense, we have Gartner chart. Through Gartner chart, the Power BI is a major shareholder, okay, with respect to the data visualization. Okay, so after Power BI there is a Tableau. After that there is a Python or ClickSense or Looker or QuickSight. These are the visualization tools. Okay, so visualization perspective, you can use a Gartner chart. Okay, and for other you can learn Python, which is a open source. Okay, and updated AI. With respect to AI, recently you can focus on the market, whatever the trend is going on. Recently Google has been launched Google Gemini Vertex AI. Okay, that Vertex AI is the latest one, which you can design your website. You can pull the data, okay, from the any social media, or you can put the charts as well over there, or you can put the images to extract the data out of those images. Okay, so along with that you can build your own any kind of the application ecosystem you want to be. Okay, so using different agents and everything, so so using that you can find out the AI. At the moment it's a Vertex AI, I can say. And yes, another point I would like to mention, if you are a Airtel, if any Airtel subscriber, anybody is having Bharti Airtel, okay, they have a tie-up with, I think Perplexity. They have a tie-up with the Perplexity, and for the students, it's, I think, for 1 year or 1.5 year, they are providing that free subscription for the students only. So that also you can use it if you are a Airtel subscriber. So that is again a good one.
वे हम विजुअलाइजेशन के लिए टैब्लो और पावर बीआई दोनों टूल यूज़ करते हैं, लेकिन पावर बीआई में ऐसा क्या डिफरेंट है कि ऐसा क्या बेस्ट है कि जो अभी डिमांड में है?
So both tools are good. Okay, Power BI belongs to is a Microsoft. Okay, but if you know the Excel, okay, it's easy to learn Power BI. Okay, and cost wise, if any organization, cost is very important. Whatever the output they are expecting, if they are getting through the Power BI in a minimal cost, okay, cost is also important. It is a cost effective, easy to learn. Okay, these are the two key aspect as comparatively. So Power BI is a kind of market trending.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, sir. When comparing data analyst and data engineer, which skill set is best for job?
So currently, if data analyst is easy comparatively, because if as I said, okay, you should know basics. For example, as I said, the Excel, the SQL, the basic of the Python, okay, the pandas library and everything, along with the any Power BI or Tableau tool. So it is very easy to get into the market. And once you started as a data analyst, okay, once you get into the market, okay, gradually you can learn a data engineer as well.
There will be a lot of questions that these people will have for you. Okay, I would really request people, our students, to get in touch with you either on LinkedIn or offline, because we need to respect your time. You were waiting for a long time for us and to get it started. But really thank you, and we all as team are grateful to you. This information definitely helped a lot of people, I must say, and we will have another episode for more information from you. So thank you so much for doing this with us, and we are grateful.
Yeah, thanks for giving an opportunity for me to share my experience.
थैंक यू सो मच सर. ये एपिसोड देखने के बाद अगर आपके कांटेक्ट में, आपके सर्कल में, इफ़ समवन वांट्स टू गेट इनटू दिस फील्ड, और अगर आपको खुद को शुरू करना है, तो प्लीज़ लाइक दिस कंटेंट, लाइक दिस पॉडकास्ट, शेयर इट विद दोज पीपल हु आर इन नीड. Please comment with your thoughts, or please subscribe, because we are taking this initiative on the next level, and this initiative is dedicated to make Indian job market better. I really wish you all the best, and we look forward for the next episodes as well. Thank you so much.